What's up, everybody? It's another Trey reaction. Like and subscribe and all that. If you haven't, welcome to the channel. If you're new, I call it the Zero Crew because I really ain't got no followers, so we're zeroed out. Anyways, today I'm gonna go ahead. We're not gonna react to the body cam video, even though I got a good one. We're gonna go ahead and react to Pete Hegseth's War Department speech. And I'm gonna smoke some weed while we're doing it, so just make it fun. Before that, I want to add this new segment to the beginning where I go through my friend Lamont's messages that he sends me. I can't really read. He usually sends me a video. It's fucking random as hell, and then like a little bit of text with it, like just along with the video. I can't read this one because I'm white, so I'm not gonna say that. But we're just gonna watch what he sent. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. This is a video. It's just kind of funny, but
I did. See from Ice Age.
What's your real name?
What's your barber name? What's your barber name? What's your barber name? What's your barber name? What's your name? What's your street name? I did. See from Ice Age.
What's your real name?
What's your barber name? What's your barber name?
asking to do what his street name is has to be the funniest part. Yeah, G. It's top. Mr. Hat. What's your barber's name? What's your barber's name? Anyways, let's go ahead and get into this. So, yeah, let's just do it, man. I don't know, it's 45 minutes. I don't even know if I got 45 minutes for this, but we'll see how far.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
I will say, first of all, one thing off the bat, do you think he was just like, I mean, to be waiting, okay, to run on a whole thing that we're not going to go to war with anyone, right? Like, yo, wars are going to be over. And then to stage this event, like, yo, everyone needs to come to DC now. But then to make this production out of it, like you ever, I mean, I used to be in theater. This motherfucker literally like hidden on the side, like waiting for his cue. And walked his ass out. Like, it's really performative automatically off the bat. And just in general, like, when countries do this, and mostly what they're trying to emulate is that strength that, I mean, I haven't seen any Western civilization, any Western countries try to do this style of posturing. It's more going to be your, like, dictatorships, any place that has, like, head honchos trying to do, that runs on a military strategy. This is how they're going to, like, run things. But not this cheap. Like, a backboard, a couple pieces of foam core in the front, and 4 flags. Alright, I'm already saying a lot. Let's get into it.
Please take your seats.
Shit, I can't even. Man, I can't even stop. Imagine this, and this is like how much corporate America, you can tell this is like corporate America is being installed in here. It's like, well, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not what I'm trying to say. But what I'm trying to say is this. Imagine you, like, served in combat. You did all this shit. You worked your ass off. And now you have all this rank. You got some nice color on the chest. You know what I'm saying? And this motherfucker is the guy you gotta listen to now. And let alone I mean, I know maybe all those people in that place, maybe if they have prestigious, whatever, ranking, never know what their character's like, but character should be a big thing. This guy right here can't even hold, like, a vow to his fucking wife not to cheat. Not only did he cheat and get another woman pregnant, during a Christmas party while that chick was pregnant, he cheated again. This is the man that we're trusting with the secrets. And also, this does not look like it's in focus very well. The flag is taking all the focus. All right, let's just get into it. Yeah, so this is all your years of service. This is like that nepotism. Daddy's son gets to have the reins.
Well, Mr. Chairman, the Joint Chiefs, generals, admirals, commanders, officers, senior enlisted, NCOs, enlisted, and every member of our American military, good morning. Good morning and welcome to the War Department, because the era of the Department of Defense is over. You see, the motto of my first platoon was those...
See, this is that stupid shit, like... This is a fucking corporate guy trying to get into the military. We're going to use some fucking branding. We're going to change it back to the War Department. This is really going to build... Man, call it what the fuck you want to call it. But, dude, that's not the issue.
Too long for peace must prepare for war. This is, of course, not a new idea. This crowd knows.
Again, I thought we're not going to war again. What's this whole thing about going to war?
The era of the Department of Defense is over. You see, the motto of my first platoon was those who long for peace must prepare for war. This is, of course, not a new idea. This crowd knows that. The origin dates to the 4th century Rome and has been repeated ever since, including by our first commander-in-chief, George Washington. The first...
You what? Rome? This is like ridiculous, dude. Like even just stating off the bat, this is supposed to move people. It's ridiculous, dude. Oh, we got in Rome. This is probably, dude, man. What fucking year is it, dude? We're about to be launching fucking robots at people. Like, the battle's changing. What fucking movie do you see yourself in? Like, this shit is crazy.
First leader of the War Department. It captures a simple yet profound truth. To ensure peace, we must prepare for war. From this moment forward, the only mission of the newly restored Department of War is this: warfighting, preparing for war and preparing to win, unrelenting and uncompromising in that pursuit. Not because we want war, no one here wants war, but it's because we love peace.
Hey, we don't like war. We like peace. That's some bullshit. That's me. That anyone that's a threat to our peace wants war. It's like, it's just rewording words to be at war with people no matter what. No, we want peace, so we have to go to war. We don't want war. We want peace, but they threatened our peace, so we're going to war. It's like, motherfucker, everyone's going to threaten our peace. It's a threat. If they act on it, that's a little different. I'm not saying do a little intelligence. I'm not saying don't jump in a nation overnight. Kidnap a motherfucker or two. Sometimes it's just shit gotta go down. I'm gonna say a little boom, 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 a little bomb go off. No one knows. Hey, hurt feelings, whatever. That's what we do. That's what we do.
We love peace for our fellow citizens. They deserve peace, and they rightfully.
Oh, man, y'all want to go bully people if you believe the camera's still not in focus. They need to fire this guy. Whoever's on the camera is not in focus. Autofocus. You don't want peace for your people. You got to go bully a bunch of people. You only want peace for people who look like you, or act like you, or think like you, or wear a suit, come on stage with the bottom button unbuttoned like you.
Expect us to deliver it. Our number one job, of course, is to be strong so that we can prevent war in the first place. The president talks about it all the time. It's called peace through strength. And as history teaches us, the only people who actually deserve peace are.
He got his fucking his whole speech from Andy Elliott. He's over here selling some shit. It's not. He's like, just like the president says. No, you guys are talking about war. You're just rebranding it differently.
Those who are willing to wage war to defend it. That's why pacifism is so naive and dangerous. It ignores human nature and it ignores human history. Either you protect your people and your sovereignty, or you will be subservient to something.
You know, someone in the crowd is like, what are we doing for lunch? What's lunch going to be like? Can we get through this?
Or someone. It's a truth as old as time. And since waging war is so costly in blood and treasure, we owe our republic a military that will win any war we choose, or any war that is thrust upon us. Should our enemies choose foolishly to challenge us, they will be crushed by the violence, precision, and ferocity.
They'll be crushed like everybody. They'll be crushed. This is Borat's voice. They'll be crushed like an ant.
Of the War Department. In other words, to our enemies, FAFO. If necessary, our troops can translate that for you.
Finger my ass. Finger what? What are we fingering? Finger my ass. Finger my... I know what it means.
Another way to put it is peace through strength, brought to you by the warrior ethos. And we are restoring both. As President Trump has said, and he's right, we have the strongest, most powerful, most lethal, and most prepared military on the planet. That is true, full stop. Nobody can touch us. It's not even close. This is true largely because of the historic investments that he made in his first term.
Get off the man's D. God damn. It's like you gotta get up here and just all over him. Shut up, the warrior ethos. All this marketing jargon. Is that strength through peace? Warrior ethos. It's like they all this stupid shit written on a board. Like, this is the type of shit. He's a corporate fucking idiot, dude. Him and that motherfucking haircut, dog. Man. I really wish. Anyways, we'll keep going.
And we will continue in this term. But it's also true because of the leaders in this room and the incredible troops that you all lead. But the world, and as the chairman mentioned, our enemies get a vote.
It's a lot of bald guys.
You feel it, I feel it. This is a moment of urgency, mounting urgency. Enemies gather, threats grow. There is no time for games. we must be prepared. If we're going to prevent and avoid war, we must prepare now. We are the strength part of peace through strength. And either we're ready to win or we are not.
God,
You see, this urgent moment, of course, requires more troops, more munitions, more drones, more Patriots, more submarines, more B-21 bombers. We must be prepared. If we're going to prevent and avoid war, we must prepare now. We are the strength part.
He's like, I don't know what movie it was. There's a guy who's like, this means distant, this gets distant. I forgot. Sorry, that's so stupid. But anyways, I'm looking at something else. Look at the camera guy.
Peace through strength.
Look at the camera guy. I think the camera guy celebrates his shots. Like, yes, got a good shot.
And either we're ready to win or we are not. You see, this urgent moment, of course, requires more troops, more munitions, more drones, more Patriots, more submarines, more B-21 bombers. It requires more innovation, more AI in everything, and ahead.
Wait a minute here. This sounds real expensive. I thought we were not spending money. This sounds really expensive. And first of all, he said we need drones and AI. If I'm not mistaken, I'm foreshadowing that later on he's going to talk about fitness. Do you think the people, I'm not judging, but who are into those things, who are going to innovate those areas, are out there at the gym all the time? I don't know. I get there's some smart, strong fellows, but I work with engineers and software engineers. So that's not the full story.
The curve. More cyber effects, more counter UAS, more space, more speed. America is the strongest, but we need to get stronger and quickly. The time is now, and the cause is urgent. The moment requires restoring and refocusing our defense industrial base, our shipbuilding industry, and onshoring all critical components. It requires, as President Trump has done, getting our allies and partners to step up and share the burden. America cannot do everything. The free world requires allies with real hard power, real military leadership, and real military capabilities. The War Department is tackling and prioritizing all of these things. And I'll be giving a speech next month that'll showcase the speed, innovation, and generational acquisition reforms we are undertaking urgently. Likewise, the nature of the threats we face in our hemisphere and in deterring China is another speech for another day, coming soon.
Oh my God.
This speech today, as I drink my coffee,
oh my God.
This speech today is about people, and it's about culture. The topic today is about the nature of ourselves. Because no plan, no program, no reform, no formation will ultimately succeed unless we have the right people and the right culture at the War Department.
Oh.
If I've learned one core lesson in my 8 months in this job, it's that personnel is policy. Personnel is policy. The best way to take care of troops is to give them good leaders committed to the warfighting culture.
I'm bored. I'm really bored. I might have to skip ahead. This is boring. This is literally boring. You aren't moving the mountains. You think, oh, buddy, he's on his phone. Oh, he's taking notes. He's okay. We got this guy. Let's see. Who's going to agree? I can just, it's a waste of time.
Of the department. Not perfect leaders, good leaders. Competent, qualified.
He said, not perfect, because I'm not perfect. I had a drink or two. I done bugged a bitch or three. I'm going to tell you right now what you eat a bum of life.
Professional, agile, aggressive, innovative, risk-taking, apolitical, faithful to their oath and to the Constitution.
Faithful to their oath. Does anyone else find that funny? He's talking about faith. I find it really funny. I find it hilarious. You couldn't keep faithful with a woman. What makes you think we should trust you with the secrets of the United States military? This is crazy. This guy gives mad, annoying private school principal vibes. We're gonna win where we lead in the football.
Eugene Sledge, in his World War II memoir, wrote, quote, "War is brutish, inglorious, and a terrible waste. Combat leaves an indelible mark on those who are forced to endure."
You know, this guy's a nerd. That's the problem. He's like the equivalent of like just the guy that's not in the field, but he's a nerd about being in the field.
It. The only redeeming factors are my comrades' incredible bravery and their devotion to each other. In combat, there are thousands of variables, as I learned in Iraq and Afghanistan, and as so many of you did in so many more places. Leaders can only control about 3 of them.
Because I did not do as much as you. Because you're a fucking loser.
You control how well you're trained, mostly how well you're equipped, and the last variable is how well you lead. After that, you're on your own. Our warfighters are entitled to be led by the best and most capable leaders. That is who we need you all to be. Even then, in combat, even if you do everything right, you may still lose people because the enemy always gets a vote. We have some of it obvious, some of it hidden. Or as the chairman has put it, we are clearing out the debris.
Okay.
Removing the distractions.
Okay.
Clearing the way for leaders to be leaders. You might say we're ending the war on warriors. I heard someone wrote a book about that. For too long, we've promoted too many uniformed leaders for the wrong reasons.
Is he the one that wrote the book about that? Ending the war on warriors?
Based on their race, based on gender quotas, based on historic so-called firsts. We've pretended that combat arms and non-combat arms are the same thing. We've weeded out so-called toxic leaders under the guise of double-blind psychology assessments, promoting risk-averse, go-along-to-get-along conformists instead. You name it, the department did it.
Wait.
Foolish.
Did he just say we're bringing back psychos into the army, in the military? He just said we could let psychos. Yeah, so what you bodied a couple people. You might have. This is the place for you. You murdered a bunch of motherfuckers. Please come join.
Reckless political leaders set the wrong compass heading, and we lost our way. We became the woke department, but not anymore.
Oh,
right now, I'm looking out at a sea of Americans who made a choice when they were young men and young women to do something most Americans will not, to serve something greater than yourselves, to fight for God and country, for freedom and the Constitution. You made a choice to serve.
Hey. Don't get me wrong. Faith is faith. Believe in God, but I'm fighting for the country first. It's country first, dog.
And others did not. And I commend you. You are truly the best of America. But this does not mean, and this goes for all of us,
I mean, you're better than me.
that our path to this auditorium on this day was a straight line, or that the conditions of the formations we lead are where we want them to be. You love your country, and we love this uniform, which is why we must do better. We just have to be honest. We have to say with our mouths what we see with our eyes.
Here comes the pitch.
To just tell it like it is in plain English.
Okay, let's do it.
To point out the obvious things.
I'm ready. Hallelujah, brother. Let's say it.
Right in front of us. That's what leaders must do. We cannot go another day without directly addressing the plank in our own eye, without addressing the problems in our own commands and in our own formations. This administration has done a great deal from day one
God damn, just drop it.
to remove
Tell them they're
the
fat.
social
Just tell them they're
justice,
fucking
politically
fat.
correct, and toxic ideological garbage that had infected our department, to rip out the politics. No more identity months,
Oopsie.
DEI offices, dudes in dresses. No more climate change worship. No
Yeah.
more division, distraction.
First of all, they say no more climate change worship, but the military, literally, their vehicles have no EPA ratings on them. So like they delete all of the fucking after treatment and shit like that. Like they have some of the most polluting vehicles. They don't do all that. So I'm not sure where the climate thing comes from. And they're the ones that want to buy the cyber trucks. So for the military. So I'm not sure what the fuck that is. I mean, the dudes with dresses. I mean, I do believe it's a distraction. You know what I'm saying? And people aren't exactly like, for example, just the military just needs to be the military. You know what I'm saying? One uniform, that's it. And you know what I mean? No dresses for anyone. Pants for everyone. That's what we need. A pant to everyone. No dresses for anyone. Pants to everyone.
Or gender delusions. No more debris. As I've said before,
Debris.
and will say again, we are done.
He called trans people debris. Holy shit, this boy is wild. He's wild, dog. I mean, I'll be honest, dog, and I say this a lot. I think sometimes, people think being a woman is easy. They think you could just put on a dress and people should be like, oh, you're a woman. I understand it's not a popular opinion. It's my opinion. I don't think that that's always right. I think some people who have, a fascination with cross-dressing sometimes want to jump in the trans category and then get worried about, how you address them as a person. Like the right gender and blah, blah, blah. I'm just going to say, you look like a dude, you look like a dude. I mean, I don't know what, if you're wearing pants, I guess if there's some identifying characteristic, yes, I will do my best. But in most cases, I feel like people are a little insulting to women by thinking it's just something easy you can do. Like, oh, I'm just going to throw an article of clothing on and now boom. It doesn't really help the cause. But that's my opinion. I think I'm allowed to have an opinion. I'm supportive of all. I think you can do whatever you want. But I'm just saying, if there's people in this country that are half stupid about shit, you know what I'm saying? Not everyone's going to be understanding.
With that shit. I've made it my mission to uproot the obvious distractions that made us less capable and less lethal. That said, the War Department requires the next step. Underneath the woke garbage is a deeper problem, and a more important problem that we are fixing and fixing fast. Common sense is back at the White House, so making the necessary changes is actually pretty straightforward. President Trump expects it. And the litmus test for these changes?
He's like the most unfit motherfucker, in most unprofessional motherfucker.
It's pretty simple. Would I want my eldest son, who is 15 years old, eventually joining the types of formations that we are currently wielding? If in any way the answer to that is no, or even yes, but, then we're doing something wrong. Because my son is no more important than any other American citizen who dons the cloth of our nation. He is no more important than your son. All precious souls made in the image and likeness of God. Every parent deserves to know that their son or their daughter that joins our ranks is entering exactly the kind of unit that the Secretary of War would want his son to join.
Boring.
Think of it as the golden rule test.
He's not inspiring anyone.
Jesus said, do unto others.
Dude, this is coming off major preachy. It's coming off like you're a pastor. It's boring. I don't understand why people think when they put God in shit, if it's supposed to be, you're the War Department. But let's talk about Jesus. It's like, dude, Jesus and war don't really go together, but let's hear it. Let's hear it.
That's what you would have done unto yourself. It's the ultimate simplifying test of truth. The new War Department golden rule is this: do unto your unit as you would have done unto your own child's unit.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you something. When you're using Jesus's phrases for a War Department, isn't that kind of funny? Is that kind of funny, y'all? I don't know. I just find that kind of weird.
Would you want him serving with fat or unfit or undertrained troops? Or alongside people who can't meet basic standards? Or in a unit where standards were lowered so certain types of troops could make it in? In a unit where leaders were promoted for reasons other than merit, performance, and warfighting?
You know what they're also doing, by the way? I heard that they're trying to get the... it's like 60% of African Americans, males, have issues with razor bumps. And they're trying to make... And I guess you can get like a shaving waiver or something like that. So they're trying to make it eliminate, so you only get 1 year with the shaving waiver. In which that will just kind of eliminate majority of black people from males from being able to be in the military. You think that kind of crazy if that's true? Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I mean, it ain't no secret where we get our front line from. These are the country boys.
The answer is not just no, it's hell no. This means at the War Department, first and foremost, we must restore a ruthless, dispassionate, and common sense application of standards. I don't want my son serving alongside troops who are out of shape, or in combat unit with females who can't meet the same combat arms physical standards as men, or troops who are not fully proficient on their assigned weapons, platform, or task, or under a leader who was the first, but not the best. Standards must be uniform, gender neutral, and high. If not, they're not standards. They're just suggestions.
I mean,
Suggestions
I get it.
that
I get
our
that
sons
part.
and daughters killed.
I get that part. Okay, I get that part. That's fine. But you're sounding like an asshole trying to explain this, and you're trying to sound tough, but you look like a dork. You put no fear in anyone's heart. There is no terrorist group looking at you being like, I'm shaking in my motherfucking boots by this broadcast. You are not that person. But keep going.
When it comes to combat arms units, and there are many different stripes across our joint force, the era of politically correct, overly sensitive, don't hurt anyone's feelings leadership ends right now.
Okay, who cares?
At every level, either you can meet the standard, either you can do the job, either you are disciplined, fit, and trained, or you are out. And that's why today, at my direction, and this is the first of 10 Department of War directives.
Dude, this has been a 15-minute build-up to something that he's about to say. And then before he's about to drop what he's about to explain is going to be the directive, he's like, and there's more to this build-up of what this directive...
that are arriving at your commands as we speak and in your inbox. Today, at my direction, each service will ensure that every requirement for every combat MOS, for every designated combat arms position, returns to the highest male standard only. Because this job is life or death. Standards must be met. And not just met, at every level we should seek to exceed the standard, to push the envelope, to compete. It's common sense and core to who we are and what we do. It should be in our DNA. Today, at my direction, we are also adding a combat...
Is it just me, or do you just kick all the women out the military? I think he just kicked all the females out the military. Oh my god, dude. The dude's just gonna... Okay, dog, let's be honest. You need a little bit of that puss walking around. That's me, walking around. It keeps the buddies from going crazy. You're taking all the females out the military. Oh my god. It's gonna be like jail. Military's gonna be like jail, dog. People are gonna get booty bandits. They're creating booty bandits. It'll be booty bandit ethos. It's the booty bandit ethos. I'm claiming it. Only dudes. Only dicks. Just dicks and muscles. And bombs and guns. Booty bandits in the desert. Booties.
Field test for combat arms units that must be executable in any environment at any time and with combat equipment. These tests, they'll look familiar. They'll resemble the Army Expert Physical Fitness Assessment or the Marine Corps Combat Fitness Test. I'm also directing that warfighters in combat jobs execute their service fitness test at a gender-neutral, age-normed male standard scored above 70%.
He just fired all the women. It's gonna be a booty bandit ethos. It's gonna be a lot of dong with that motherfucking, oh shit. It's prison terms.
It all starts with physical fitness and appearance. If the Secretary of War can do regular hard PT, so can every member of our joint force. Frankly, it's tiring to look out at combat formations, or really any formation, and see fat troops.
Look, this is going out to everyone in the fitness world. Your little workout you're doing, no one gives a fuck about it. I get it. Well, if I can do hard PT, I get it. I mean, I know in the military, yes. But this feels like you're trying to, like, you called these motherfuckers here to have a sit down about working out. And you little bitches and that are like, you probably don't work out. I wake up at motherfucking 3 a.m. 3 times a week to go to the gym. On my lunch break, I run probably 3K to 5K just for the fuck of it. So don't tell me about PT, bitch. But I'm not over here wearing it on my shoulder. I train alone, bitch. This is crazy. You know, it's insane to think that war. I get discipline. Discipline's important. I mean, when I see a fat ass police officer, I think, holy shit, the fuck do they hire this fool for? I'm paying for this shit. He ain't gonna catch nobody. But at the same time, literally, yeah, what, one muscle dude with a gun, a fat dude in a computer with a fucking missile could take out this whole fucking room eating Cheetos? I wonder how many motherfuckers are eating Cheetos at a desk that were fat have fucking murked thousands of people. You know, it's just like to think that that war is like fought on the ground level is ridiculous. You need some fat nerds in chairs nowadays. Let them eat the Cheetos. Let them fly the drones. Let them have the pop. Let them eat the Big Mac. Who gives a fuck? If they can kill 1,000 people, that's less money. You don't have to send your troops in there and posture. It's just ridiculous. Nah, you can't be a chef. All our chefs are killers. We don't have mechanics. That's a killer. It's a bunch of fucking psychos.
Likewise, it's completely unacceptable to see fat generals and admirals in the halls of the Pentagon and leading commands around the country and the world. It's a bad look. It is bad, and it's not who we are.
Don't you feel like that was a perfect time for a crowd shot? That was a perfect time for a crowd shot. They should have did a crowd shot so we could see the reaction. See who looked down.
So whether you're an airborne ranger or a chairborne ranger, a brand new private or a 4-star general, you need to meet the height and weight standards and pass your PT test. And as the chairman said, yes, there is no PT test. But today, at my direction, every member of the Joint Force at every rank is required to take a PT test twice a year, as well as meet height and weight requirements twice a year, every year of service. Also today, at my direction, every warrior across our Joint Force is required to do PT every duty day. Should be common sense. I mean, most units do that already, but we're codifying it. And we're not talking like hot yoga and stretching. Real hard PT, either as a unit or as an individual. At every level, from the Joint Chiefs to everyone in this room to the youngest private, leaders set the standard. And so many of you do this already. Active, Guard, and Reserve. This also means grooming standards. No more beards, long hair, superficial individual expression. We're going to cut our hair, shave our beards, and adhere to standards. Because it's like the broken windows theory of policing. It's like when you let the small stuff go, the big stuff eventually goes. So you have to address the small stuff. This is on duty, in the field, and in the rear. If you want a beard, you can join Special Forces. If not, then shave.
See, this is the thing I was telling you about. This is the shaving waiver thing. Watch. What's gonna happen? There's gonna be no brothers. Where do you think we get our infantry from? Do you know how many fucking gang members I've met that are Marines? That have, well, not gang members, but have gang affiliations? Where the fuck do you think we get people from? Who do you think's on the front? That you think is gonna do, like, this guy, I wonder how he gets this. You can tell he just doesn't know what he's fucking talking about.
We don't have a military full of Nordic pagans, but unfortunately we have had leaders who either refuse to call BS and enforce standards, or leaders who felt like they were not allowed to enforce standards. Both are unacceptable. And that's why today, at my direction, the era of unprofessional appearance is over. No more beardos. The era of rampant and ridiculous shaving profiles is done. Simply put, if you do not meet the male-level physical standards for combat positions, cannot pass a PT test, or don't want to shave and look professional, it's time for a new position or a new profession. I sincerely appreciate the proactive efforts the secretaries have already taken in some of those areas, service secretaries. And these directives are intended to simply accelerate those efforts.
He has a beard.
On the topic of standards, allow me a few words to talk about toxic leaders. Upholding and demanding high standards is not toxic. Enforcing high standards, not toxic leadership. Leading warfighters toward the goals of high, gender-neutral, and uncompromising standards in order to forge a cohesive.
Yeah, this is getting real boring. I'm not long gonna let this play out. We might have to do some skippage. I'm already getting the point. A lot of dudes going all up. It's gonna be a lot, like I said, a lot of booty ethos. A lot of D.
Formidable and lethal Department of War is not toxic. It is our duty, consistent with our Constitution.
Yeah, it's not toxic to be, to have a standard, but it's also stupid to not understand how to work with talent. So, if you have someone that is worth the talent, sometimes your motherfucking standard needs to be bent. If there's an issue that maybe you can't get around, like a skin disorder. You know what I'm saying? You're automatically assuming, this is like assuming everyone has the same genetics. This is the type of eugenics shit. Hey, Let's make them all a certain color.
Constitutional oath. Real toxic leadership is endangering subordinates with low standards. Real toxic leadership is promoting people based on immutable characteristics or quotas instead of based on merit. Real toxic leadership.
I need to see this man's eye color. His eye color looks a little too dark to be real white.
Leadership is promoting destructive ideologies that are an anathema to the Constitution and the laws of nature and nature's God, as Thomas Jefferson wrote in the Declaration of Independence.
He's not.
The definition of toxic has been turned upside down, and we're correcting that. That's why today, at my direction, we're undertaking a full review of the department's definitions of so-called toxic leadership, bullying, and hazing, to empower leaders to enforce standards without fear of retribution or second-guessing. Nature's God, as Thomas Jefferson wrote in the Declaration of Independence. The definition of toxic has been turned upside down, and we're correcting that. That's why today, at my direction, we're undertaking a full review of the department's definitions of so-called toxic leadership, bullying, and hazing, to empower leaders to...
Yeah, motherfuckers about to get fucked up. It's gonna be some booty bandits, people getting beat up in the shower. Ain't no rules.
Enforce standards without fear of retribution or second...
I mean, we just want to like knock them around a little bit, you know? So what if a recruit like falls down the stairs a couple times?
Guessing. Of course, you can't do like nasty bullying and hazing. We're talking about words like bullying and hazing and toxic. They've been weaponized and bastardized inside our formations.
Well, of course you can't stab them. But, you know, like, we're human. I mean, just dehumanize him a little bit. I mean, I think that's okay, right, guys? Dude, you don't want... It's like, why don't you think you play your NFL player... And like the preseason, like the star players are on the bench, right? You don't want to wear them the fuck out. In the sense, the same thing here. This is practice. This is the practice stages. You don't want to wear them out until the war. You want to break your fucking soldiers? There's going to be so many people fucking flunking out of the military. I bet they're going to adjust it. Like getting out the military because motherfuckers fucked them up.
Undercutting commanders and NCOs. No more. Setting, achieving, and maintaining high standards is what you all do. And if that makes me toxic, then so be it. Second, today at our direction, we're ensuring that every service, every unit, every schoolhouse, and every form of
bringing the bros back. Frat house is here.
Professional military education conduct an immediate review of their standards. Now, we've done this in many places already, but today it goes across the entire Department of War. Any place where tried and true physical standards were altered, especially since 2015 when combat arms standards were changed to ensure females could qualify, must be returned to their original standard. Other standards have been manipulated to hit racial quotas as well, which is just as unacceptable. This too must end. Merit only. The president talks about it all the time. Merit-based. Here are two basic frameworks I urge you to pursue in this.
Like Barrett, bro. You can't say anything about Barrett. You literally, again, cheated on your wife, got a lady pregnant, went out to the Christmas party, fucked another bitch. You have no Barrett. You're like, no, even me, I've had problems with alcohol. I don't drink no more. But motherfucker, I'm not out here talking about merit. Motherfucker, you're a reporter. This is a fucking movie. Like, this is crazy. How, I just want to see, like, I just wish I could see how this guy sees himself. Like, talk about main character syndrome. Holy cow, dude.
Process. Standards I call, my staff's heard all about them, the 1990 test and the E6 test. The 1990s test is simple. What were the military standards in 1990? And if they have changed, Tell me why. Was it a necessary change based on the evolving landscape of combat? Or was the change due to a softening, weakening, or gender-based pursuit of other priorities? 1990 seems to be as good a place. Neither does the enemy. Nor a resounding yes. The E6 tests are. This is not about preventing women from serving. Or if you're a man or a woman. Neither does the enemy. Nor does the weight of your rucksack, the size of an artillery round, or the body weight of a casualty on the...
Dude, they're literally kicking women out. They're firing the women. They're just being so nice to... Like, this is literally... Like, they called women debris. He literally called women debris at the beginning. He tried to disguise it as him talking about, like, trans people, but... Yeah, he's talking about anyone that can't shave, so African Americans, the ones that have issues with their skin who aren't going to shave, get the waiver, whatever. Like, he's talking about debris. Like, bro. Man, like, have any of these people kind of watched how, like, some of our not so friendly friends during World War II spoke? Because... It doesn't, I mean, you like history, bro. Like, you're over here quoting all these people.
The battlefield who must be carried. This, and I want to be very clear about this, this is not about preventing women from serving.
Oh my God, he's firing you up. He's fucking firing you up.
Very much value the impact of female troops. Our female officers and NCOs are the...
Yeah. Let's be real. I'm going to tell you this right now. The angel of death in Afghanistan, female pilot. Boom. Not a man on the ground. Not no muscular motherfucking special forces, big beard dude. Nothing. Not a sniper. Nope. Woman flying gunship. Do you think that seat in the gunship cares about the physical fitness? I'm just curious. Do you think does that matter? I'm like, you brought everyone here to act like this was a pivotal thing that you couldn't send in an email. To windle everyone that know that you work out, okay? And now you just fired all the women.
The absolute best in the world. But when it comes to any job...
Be right back. Well, we gonna end this right now.